Eating out 1 or 2 times a week has become a way of life for many of us. But finding a restaurant that serves food that's good tasting and nutritious may not be so easy. Today we are going in the kitchen with Chef Shawn Loving, the owner of Loving Spoonful Restaurant in Farmington Hills, where he's cooking up a salmon dish that's not only delicious, but good for you too.
I am going to be featuring a healthy way to cook salmon. We have a nice salmon fillet here. The salmon fillet, it's very nice. You can do a combination of some things. You can actually roast it in the oven. You can sear it. A lot of people like to grill it. In this case, I'm going to do sort of what I call in the business as an escallop, which is a thin cut of salmon. Okay, I learned how to do this. I've been cooking for about 15 years now. I started off cooking with my mom and grandmother and kind of learning some different techniques. This technique I'm doing is a pan roasting or a searing of salmon. Light amount of fat. I have some olive oil that I'm utilizing in the pan. Olive oil is a great oil that you can use a lot, that sometimes isn't used much. This dish is geared towards a nice healthy way to cook. I'm going to be utilizing 3 different citruses. I'm going to use orange, lime, and lemon. It's a great flavor for this time of year, and I think it will work out really well. I also have some ingredients here that I'm going to use. I'm going to make sort of a warm salad with asparagus, red peppers, tomatoes, a lot of fun, festive things. Also some scallions, okay? First thing you want to do is you want to season your salmon real nice, and never be afraid to put a little fresh cracked pepper on the fish. Makes a nice crust. We all know it as a poivre when you're having steak au poivre. That's what we know it as, but why not coat your fish with a nice coating of fresh cracked pepper? It always makes such a nice aromatic smell and flavor profile when you're cooking something, okay? We've got a slight amount of oil in the pan, a little bit of olive oil. And you never want to disturb it. You want to be careful. I know you don't want to burn yourself, but you never want to disturb it because you want it to get a nice, hot consistency, and you want it to allow itself to get a crust on the salmon, which will seal in a lot of the flavors and juices that you have. Okay? You want that to brown up real nice, and you're going to utilize and reserve this fat to actually make the salad as well. I'm going to show you that. Okay. Okay, and you want to slightly undercook your salmon because it'll carry over cook, and it'll cook just a little bit more, but you can see you get a nice golden color there with the salmon. It's all nice and brown and golden, and we didn't disturb it. A lot of times when we cook, we disturb things too much. And as a result of disturbing things, that's what sometimes causes a problem. There's something that we do a lot of times during the month of November called basting. We usually baste our turkeys. And in this case, you can baste the salmon really nice with some of that same fat. And also directly cooks it, and you can actually see how it continues to brown the salmon even more. Gives it that nice color. And the one key thing that you are doing, you're also seasoning this oil. Okay? So we're going to let that salmon sit there, and we're going to step over to our blender. Let's use your blenders for a little bit more than milkshakes today. You can do something really healthy with it. I've got a combination of the lemon, lime, and orange juice here with about a ½ cup of olive oil, 1 clove of garlic, and some fresh basil. You just want to emulsify it really nice. It gives it a nice creamy consistency. And blenders can be used for a variety of things. It'll make a nice sauce but still be very healthy. I'm going to show you how that'll all plate up and present itself. The salmon is done. Because we've cut the salmon in half, it makes for a really nice presentation. You take your vegetables. The first thing you'll want to do, though, is you'll want to reserve your fish separately. Okay? Okay. And you want to take some of this fat. Okay. In fact, we don't have very much fat there, so adding all of the fat won't be a problem. We'll take the fat there, along with some salt and pepper. And it makes sort of a nice vegetable and a salad as well. It goes along really well with the fish. Okay. Make sure it's seasoned really good, and taste everything before you set it up for a dinner party, because you want it to taste really good. This will be a nice item for a nice picnic for something that you're doing in your backyard and you don't want to serve the same item all the time, do a nice salad like this. And the hot fat sort of wilts the vegetables really nice. Put a little fresh pepper on that before it's done. And then you'll want to take your salmon, put the salmon over the top, which the heat of the salmon will kind of continue to cook it a little bit. And I'm going to step over here. I'm going to get our nice, wonderful dressing here that we used in the blender. This dressing, you can see, it just makes a wonderful color, a nice flavor, the citrus. And I know you will love it. It's awesome. Excellent flavor, very light for the summer. We've got to start eating more salmon, eating some things that are more healthy, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Bon appetit.